Always the music goes on, even during a pandemic. We talk with Jeff Wacker from the Community Music School, brought to you by Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Jeff, good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to have you with us. I always am interested in saying and finding out where you are as you do this conversation, because sometimes you're out looking at the neighbors, sometimes you're out watching animals, birds go by. So where is it today?
Today I am in the very exciting spot of my office on campus.
Oh, boy. Well, you're one of the few on campus right now, but
Yep.
the semester is underway. Is the Community Music School, is it up and running yet for the fall?
We are about to be up and running. We actually have our first day this Monday, August 31st. We're not offering everything, but we are doing both online and in-person private lessons.
Okay.
So we've got a little mixed bag going.
Yeah, well, in-person certainly is preferable, but online is certainly not impossible. There's a lot that happens and videos everywhere, but when you have a teacher who's paying personal attention to you, that must be pretty good for a student.
Yeah, and we've discovered, and just like my wife, who's the flute professor at IUP, has discovered, it's as good as the technology. So if you've got a really good connection on either side, you can have a pretty darn productive online lesson between a teacher and a student. Mm-hmm. And if you've got an awful connection and things are not working right, it's just really frustrating. So It's kind of hit and miss, but we've had a lot of success with online lessons. A lot of people really like them. They're going to continue with them. But then we do have a lot of people, too, that are really excited that we're able to work out a solution for some in-person lessons. And so they're coming back because they really like the in-person experience.
Absolutely. Okay, so break it down. What's it like for Community Music School this year?
All of the ensembles are on hiatus. We're not going to offer our Crimson Youth Choir, the Indiana Concert Band, or the Indiana Community Choir. Those are our three main ensembles. It's just not going to be logistically possible for us to do that. In fact, even that's kind of following the IUP Music Department model right now. Their large ensembles are also not going to meet. They're able to break them down for the music majors into small groups, but it just logistically it's really not going to work for us. It's too hard. So the ensembles are on hiatus, and our classes that have multiple people are also on hiatus. But we are offering pretty much all of our normal instruments, and you get a choice of either online or in person, depending on the instructor's availability. Most of our instructors have said they're willing to teach either way, but we do have a few instructors that just aren't comfortable teaching in person. And so if you want to study with one of them, then you would need to go the online route. So that's kind of the difference. We also, in facility-wise, we're used to using all of the practice rooms that are available down in the basement of Cogswell. And so there's been a dearth of rooms, and that's always been very easy. Because those rooms are a little smaller, not as well ventilated in a basement, we're not going to use any of those rooms. We're only using rooms on the first, second, and third floor that are larger spaces that are going to have a little better ventilation. So it's changed a little bit, but everything that we're doing follows along with all the guidance from IUP, and then, of course, what the music department is doing to take care of the music majors.
All right. So, one of the things that we probably need to do is introduce the whole concept of the Community Music School to folks who don't know what it's all about. Oh,
it has been a little while since we have done that, hasn't it?
Yes, it has, and it's a new semester.
Sure. The IUP Community Music School kind of spun up around 2013 as a way to offer the greater region affordable private lessons, ensembles, music classes. And Jane Potter-Baumer is the individual who spent the entire first year getting it all going and did a fantastic job doing that. And then she moved on, and that's when I stepped in the spring, May of 2014, and just continued really what she was doing. And it's been really successful. It's grown nearly every year as more people find out about it. And we offer different types of instruction for different levels for different people. So you can take private lessons from an undergraduate music major. That's a person who is been recommended by their professor as someone who's ready to do some teaching.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a pretty affordable option at $12.50 for a half an hour lesson. And they take a lot of students, and it works real well because they get some teaching experience. Kids get a really almost ready to go out and teach music teacher who's getting ready for the public schools. So that's great. We have teaching artists who are like our graduate students, people who already have bachelor's and master's degrees. So that kind of bumps up the skill level there with your teaching, excuse me, and the experience. And then, of course, if people want to study with an IUP faculty member, there are some of the faculty members, too, that are willing to teach private lessons in Cogswell through the Community Music School. And you're going to find some of the higher-end students, like your high school students who are considering being a music major, or players sing really well. They want to kind of bump up their game if they're looking at some of the regional festivals, district festivals, state festivals through public schools. So it really covers the whole gamut. And, of course, we offer ensembles for anybody from ninth grade up to, we've had people in their 80s playing and singing in our ensembles. It's a great way to come together. Our Crimson Youth Choir has been really a lot of fun, has grown most especially under the most recent director, Kwan Kopko. She's been a terrific student here at IUP, has a master's degree, graduated, teaching in the Pittsburgh area, but still comes back to do that ensemble if we were meeting. And then we also have our Music Together classes for early childhood. So we kind of try to cover as much as we can. We try to keep it as affordable as we can. To do so, we always are happy to accept some donations and any philanthropic efforts that people would like to throw our direction. But it's been very successful so far.
Yeah, well, absolutely. And one of the things that I think is most intriguing about it is there are times, and we had this report a week or so ago about folks looking for new skills to add as they age, and it can be for a variety of reasons. Maybe it's been a lifetime desire to learn to play piano or guitar or whatever, or some people say that, I've never had that desire until now. I think it might be something that helps me to maintain my coordination, help with various different aspects of my life. But it's young and old, isn't it?
Sure. Honest to goodness, I've never heard anybody ever say, boy, I really regret learning an instrument. That never happens. But I do hear a lot of people say, I wish I'd stuck with it.
Yeah.
And we do get some of those folks who, whether it's in retirement or partway through a career, they decide they'd like to pick it up again. And so they do, and they start taking some lessons, voice, you name it, or something they've always wanted to learn. Like you said, say, I've never started on piano, but I've always wanted to do it, and now's the time. And so we're here for that. And it really is a great opportunity for them for all the things that you mentioned.
So information, please. How does somebody get involved if they want to become a musician of some sort?
You just go right to our website. It's iup.edu/community music. Community music is all one word. You can give me a call, 724-357-4565, or you can email community-music@iup.edu. A plethora of ways to get a hold of me, and I can get you set up, at least for this fall, with a private lesson teacher, whether you want to do it in the comfort of your home, online, or you want to come on over.
So you're starting Monday, but does that necessarily mean that somebody has to be ready to go on Monday?
Great question. Absolutely not. That's the official start of the semester, but one thing that I've done is offered the instructors, they do not, any students that they're set up and that I assign them, they can wait till the week after Labor Day weekend, the weekend starting, or the Tuesday the 8th, they can wait till then to start lessons, because quite honestly, the room availability in Cogswell and the scheduling is a real challenge right now. And so it gives them an extra week to get everything sort of set up and get everything started. So Yeah, lessons can start that week later, but we take registrations throughout the semester. If someone contacts me in October and says, "Hey, can I sign up for my minimum number of lessons, which is 7?"
Mm-hmm.
Sure, absolutely. So just because you're not in right now at this moment to start on this coming week does not mean that you're out of luck until spring semester. You can do it throughout the fall.
I would guess that whether you're a grad student or an undergrad, the opportunity to sort of get your feet wet and begin your teaching career is just as much a thrill for them as it is for somebody learning an instrument to say, "Hey, I finally got that chord."
Exactly. And quite honestly, it's a little bit of a carrot for the IUP music majors to progress as they go through the degree program, because they want to be that one or two students that their professor says, "Hey, I think you're ready for this. I'm going to recommend you." So there's a little competition there. And like you said, it gives them the opportunity to get their feet wet, to listen to a kid, to watch a kid play, make decisions. How do I help this? How do I fix that? And then even better, if there's something they're stuck on, they go right back to their professor as a mentor and say, "What do I do about this?"
Mm-hmm.
and get some help.
Yeah, absolutely. It's helpful for them. It's helpful for everybody. Jeff Wacker, thanks so much for spending some time with us today.
Always a pleasure. Great to be with you. Looking forward to a great semester.
All right. It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS, 101.1 FM and AM 1160. FM and AM 1160.